everybody, this is GeoDousing96 here with another Transformers review, and today I'm going to be reviewing Transformers Animated Deluxe Blurr. Yeah, so, hope you kind of enjoyed my little sort of Blurr impression at the beginning. So yeah, here is Blurr in his Cybertronian sports car mode. Looks very nice, as you can see. For the first time in a while, I'm actually just going to show the color scheme. I don't know why. Yes, mainly light blue with some sort of navy blue mainly on the front here, with some black mainly on the windshield. He also has some blue translucent plastic on the front lights and the chainsaw. And he also has some red on the Elite Guard Autobot symbol and on the tail lights. And he also has some sort of greenish blue for these sort of cybernetic stripes on the front of the hood of the car and the top of the car here. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. He has very cool wheels. As you can see, they're a lot bigger in the back than in the front. And the weird thing is that these are sort of fake, you could say, because the real part of the wheel is this little part in the middle. That is the only part that rolls for the back wheels. But it still rolls okay. Doesn't roll that great, but good enough. So yeah, it looks very sleek, very nice. It also has some rubber here, so it doesn't poke a child's eye out. But it's actually kind of good, because if you, like, run it into a wall or something, if these were plastic, it would, like, maybe scratch it. But since they're rubber, it just goes, like, boing. So it doesn't mess it up in any way. And it also has rubber on the antenna right here. And a lot of people complain that, like, the antenna isn't right here, like in the show, but I actually kind of like it back here. I mean, yeah, it probably would be cooler if it was right here, like in the show, but it still looks okay back here. And the one really bad thing about this figure in vehicle mode is you can't see the back of the head, and all this part is totally hollow. So that's one thing that kind of bugs me. You can clearly even see it from the back. So it's not very hidden, but it's not that big of a deal. Quick size comparison next to G1 Hot Rod, the other Cybertronian sports car, which I still think he has the best vehicle mode on a Transformer ever, but he's definitely in second place. And you can see that Blurr is actually a little bit longer than Hot Rod, and they're actually about the same height. So yeah, to transform him, it's pretty interesting. Oh, and by the way, I give the vehicle mode a 4.5, or just a 4 out of 5, sorry. So yeah, to transform him, you untab the legs from the back. You can see the little tabs, and there's holes in these parts. So yeah, you just untab those. Then what I like to do is just fold them down to get them out of the way. Then after that, what you're going to want to do is untab these. Oh, and by the way, in vehicle mode, if you press this button, the chainsaw pops out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, you untab these. There's little tabs on these parts, and they tab into this main front part of the car. Then you just, there's still two little tabs on it, right there and there. There's little holes there, so you just pull these out and then just pop it out. And that's his weapon. We'll get to that in a second when we get to robot mode. And then after that, what you want to do is untab these leg parts. You can see the little tabs, and there's little holes on these parts. So you just untab those. Then what you want to do is untab these arms from the sides, like that. And after you do that, you just keep pulling them out, like that. Then you actually fold the legs forward, like that. Then you rotate them this way, like that. You just pull the arms up. You can rotate the waist if you want to help it. You just rotate it this way around, so they should look like that. And if you flip them around, and then what you want to do is rotate these and flip up the feet like that. So, rotate it, flip up the foot, pull out the heel, like that. You just stand him up. Then what you want to do is take the arms, they tab in to the sides like that, then you rotate them up. And also flip this panel up, fold it to the back. So yeah, you tab these in, rotate it. Then you rotate this piece, and then you fold up the arm, rotate it, pull up the arm. Then you just rotate the head 180 degrees, and there you have Transformers Animated Deluxe Blur in robot mode. Yeah, even pulled him back really far, and he still doesn't get totally on the camera. So you can see really how tall he is. He's a very tall figure. He's very tall and lanky, which is good and bad at the same time. I just knocked over some legends. Because he's not very sturdy at some points. Like his feet or his legs split really easily. And his back likes to fall over because his knees are very, very loose. So yeah, that's the only really bad thing about him is he's so tall and lanky that he sometimes falls over really easily. So yeah, I have to pull the camera back even more. He looks pretty good though. You can see the Elite Guard symbol right there. He's a pretty nice head sculpt, as you can see. So there you go. But overall, he still looks very nice. You can see the arms, all that. And you can actually store his weapon on his back. There's two little holes there. There's tabs on his weapon. You can just tab those in for weapon storage. Or you can, of course, with this big tab, there's holes on his arms, and you tab it in. Right there. And he has a shield, but when you press this button, it flips out a chainsaw. So he can chainsaw battle with Blazing Lockdown. I'm not gonna get that figure. It'd be cool to get, but I already have the regular Lockdown, so I'm not gonna get it. Just for the chainsaw, it's kind of retarded. But anyway, so yeah, you can just like battle with someone with like a sword or something, like Leader Megatron. He has two swords, so it's perfect. So yeah, it's pretty much him. His articulation is pretty good. His head can rotate 360 degrees, go back, so he looks up pretty far. He can also just go up and down. It's on a ball joint, of course. His arms can rotate 360 degrees. They can go out a little bit. His arms can bend at the elbow, rotate 360 degrees at the elbow, but they kind of get, well, they can actually rotate it two parts, but this top part sort of, gets hindered, sort of, in a way. But it can rotate at this other part. Except it also gets hindered. So, yeah. His legs can go forward and back, out from the body, bend inward, which is weird. It's due to the transformation, though. His knees can bend at the knee. Or, sorry, his knees can bend. Doesn't make any sense. His knees can bend at the knee. Ooh. His ankles, I guess, can rotate 360 degrees, and his feet can pivot all over because they're on ball joints. So, yeah, he has really good articulation, so you can put him in some really awesome poses. His feet will stay up. So yeah, you can have him like that. Quick size comparison next to Bumblebee. That thinks he's the fastest thing on wheels, but Blurr really is. And you can see he's even taller, so yeah, even towers over Bumblebee. So yeah, pretty much Blurr wins in a height and racing contests. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, he's a lot taller than Bumblebee and he's faster than Bumblebee. So yay. So yeah, overall, give the robot mode a 4.5 out of 5. bringing the overall rating of this figure to a 8.5 out of 10. So overall, I highly recommend this figure. It's one of the best animated figures, really. So yeah, thank you for watching my review, and this is Jedi Jesse 96, signing out.